Hi everyone, happy Friday. Yesterday we started writing our rough drafts for our how-to books, right? And we got to write our rough draft for our introduction. We also wrote some of our table of contents, and we wrote out our list of ingredients and supplies that we would need for whatever we're teaching our reader how to do. So today I wanted us to keep writing our rough draft, and we're going to work on writing our steps. Now, we already made a plan for what we're going to write for all of our steps, right? But we only wrote a little bit in our plan. We only wrote some bullets, just some ideas. But when we actually write our rough draft, we're going to want to put more details because our reader needs to know exactly what to do in order to follow all of our directions, right? Whenever we give directions for how to do something, we want to be specific. We want to make sure that the person we're giving directions to understands what we want them to do. So when we write a how-to book, we're going to think about the same thing. So I want to read what I have so far so that I can know what I should be writing next, what makes sense to say next, right? Okay, so I have my table of contents. Okay, so I have my introduction, ingredients, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and my conclusion. Now I have my list of ingredients, which we wrote yesterday, ingredients and supplies. We have our pizza stone, a large spoon, we need a pizza cutter, dough, flour, tomato sauce, cheese, and toppings. So my reader knows that all of the things they're going to need, they need to get all of these ingredients before they start doing all of our steps, right? That's what you need to do the steps. Now we have an introduction that we wrote yesterday. I'm going to read my introduction. Now I gave you guys this cool little, I'm going to call it a template. That's just something to help you organize your writing. But you guys have something that looks like this too, where I give you a little space that we're going to save so that we can add pictures or illustrations later. And our writing is going to go, I can't move myself. There we go. And our writing is going to go under the picture for now. Remember, this is just our rough draft, so we might want to add more later when we go back and edit our writing. For our introduction, we said, homemade pizza is super yummy. It has many different yummy ingredients. Making pizza is actually really fun and easy. Keep reading to find out all of the steps and make your own homemade pizza. Ooh. So now my reader is ready to hear the steps that they need to make homemade pizza. So we know in our plan, let me move this a little bit. So my plan over here, remember when we write our rough draft, we want to have our plan right next to us so that we know what we should be writing next. You want to make sure your plan is right next to you when you're writing your rough draft. Step 1, I said, wash hands, pour flour out, and spread the dough over the flour. Okay, so, oops. So up here, I'm going to have step 1, because remember, I need a heading on each page so that my reader knows what they're going to be reading about on that page. Then I can do my writing down here. I'm just going to get rid of those lines so that I can type. You might want to write on a piece of paper, but I'm going to be typing, so here we go. Okay, we said wash hands. So when I turn my plan into my rough draft, I need to make sentences, right? Because now we're writing a book, and a book has sentences. Okay, so I'm going to say, first, you'll need to wash your hands. Once your hands are clean, you can grab your dough and flour. Now we're going to say something about pouring the flour out and spreading it over the dough. If your hands are clean, you can grab your dough and flour. Now, pour your flour out on your pizza stone and spread the dough out over the flour. Okay, I'm going to move this down so we can see my writing. Okay, perfect. So we got all of the things on our list in our plan. We made them into sentences. Great. So now we can move on to step 2. While you're doing your writing, you might want to reread each step to make sure that it makes sense, so that you can move on to your next step. Right now, I'm not going to reread as much as I probably should, just because I want to make sure that you guys get to see all of my planning in this video. Okay, so now we have step 2. Let's see. Step 2 in our plan says, take your spoon and spread the tomato sauce. Okay, I want to make that into a sentence, and I want to have more details for my reader so that they understand what they need to do. So I'm going to say, next, grab your large spoon, because that was something that was on our list of ingredients and supplies. So they'll know what it is that they need to take for the next step. Grab your large spoon. Oh, and your tomato sauce. Use your spoon to spread out. Just to evenly spread out tomato sauce on your pizza dough. What else? To evenly spread out tomato sauce on your pizza dough. Make sure you use enough sauce. That's a little tip for the reader, because you need enough sauce if you're making pizza so that the cheese can stick on top of the sauce, right? Okay, step 3. So now I'm thinking, what have we done so far? So far, we washed our hands, we put out the flour and the dough on the flour, and now we put out our tomato sauce, we spread it with our spoon. So the next thing we need to do on our plan is spread the shredded cheese. Okay. All right, so let's get to writing that. I'm going to say, so spread your shredded cheese. I want to think how I can say this in an interesting way for the reader. Now, take out your bag of shredded cheese. Use your hands to sprinkle cheese all over your pizza. You can use your spoon to help you spread it evenly over the tomato sauce. Okay, so now I have a couple sentences with details that will help my reader understand what they're doing. And in this picture, I think I'm going to have someone's spreading out cheese on the pizza, or maybe sprinkling cheese on the pizza, so that they'll be able to see a picture to go with my description of the step. Okay, so now we're on to step 4. Oh man, this is going to be a long video. Okay, step 4. Okay. So the next step says we need to add toppings, and Mrs. Meany said she was going to add green peppers because those are her favorite. So maybe I can give my reader some ideas of some good toppings in this step that they might choose. Okay,